The rose is a toy for adults, particularly for adult women. There's this prank that's going on right now that has a lot of people disturbed of mothers pranking their sons with this toy. Very disturbing. The caption of this video reads, "Charging my rose in front of my son prank." Let's check it out.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh, my God. This is my boy. Let me go. Hurry up. Let me do this before I can leave. Let me go home for a minute. Charge my thing, girl. The light on.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, huh?
You playing, right?
Playing about what?
I know that ain't what I think it is.
What?
That's one of them things that you be putting down there and they do this and vibrating and wiggling and all that.
Yeah. And?
No, dog. Oh, no. Why do you have that in the car, bro? Like, what's up?
I need to charge my thing. What you mean?
So you charging it in the car?
Yes, I'm charging the thing in the car.
Bro, come on, bro. Why you
tripping like that? God,
why is you throwing the rolls? Like,
I'm not doing it.
So that's a...
So, guys, first off, I don't care because someone's going to say, "Oh, they set the camera on purpose." That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. Even the act of you and your mother having this conversation, regardless of whether this is a skit or not, the fact that the adult in that car is the mother and she's okay with this is just highly problematic. There's something very disturbing and wrong with this attention culture where people are willing to do almost anything to get views and clicks for the internet.
Rolls.
Oh, duh. How you know what it is? Your girlfriend got one?
No, she ain't got one. One, first of all,
I just need to charge it up. I just need 5%.
why is you charging it in the car and I'm in the car? Like, why would you call me in the car knowing you finna do some dirty job?
I'm finna go to the store.
And again, I blame the mother in this situation because we can sit here and go, why is he the way that he is? Look who raised him. Look who raised him. But here's the response video to that prank, which people are doing. That's going viral. Let's check it out.
Y'all stinking. Y'all going around doing that rose prank with y'all kids. Y'all some trifling. Y'all the that don't supposed to have kids. It's given.
True.
That's what it's given. I'm just saying. Okay, y'all pulling out y'all roses with y'all sons, and some of y'all doing it with y'all daughters. Pulling the rose out, talk about, oh, you got a charger. I need to charge my rose, and y'all calling this a rose prank. A rose prank. Y'all some disgusting. Y'all chase this social media clout so that y'all so desperate for views and to go viral. Y'all don't know what to do with y'all self.
Right.
And then what makes it worse, we wonder why these kids, when we run into these kids in the street and they don't have no respect for us because they lost respect for their own mother.
Exactly.
Okay, so why the f would they respect me? They don't respect their own mother. Y'all trifling. See, this is the shit that stressed me out on this internet because the closest these should have ever came to knowing where roads go is when you push them the out. That's it. That's where it starts and that's where it ends. Y'all trifling.
Let's talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. Engaged and soon-to-be married men, a single prenup slip-up can cost you tens of thousands later. Waiting until the last minute or signing under pressure are the mistakes that sink most agreements. My step-by-step guide at fathershaverights.com, built with expert attorneys James Sexton and the lead attorney, shows you exactly how to avoid every costly prenup mistake, all for the price of a couple of dinner dates. Tap the link pinned to the top of the comment section to safeguard your future and join the hundreds of soon-to-be husbands protecting their marriages the right way. Have you guys ever run into somebody who you bring around your parents? This could be a friend. You know, you see that they don't have the common courtesies that you get from having a pretty decent upbringing, but of course, you know, you decide this is a pretty cool person. They don't mean any harm. But it's never really a problem until you bring that person around an adult who doesn't tolerate that shit at all, or somebody who they're just going to make you feel uncomfortable by. And what I'm talking about here, guys, are the type of children that come from mothers like this, right? Who they don't set proper boundaries for them. And this may be like a young, dude, you guys are making friends and you're younger and you bring around your mom, and all of a sudden, like, he curses in the back of the car really loud, and you're like, yo, what are you doing? You trying to get us killed? Right? And he doesn't understand that in the presence of another family, he doesn't know that there's just certain things that are inappropriate. Or he may talk about something inappropriate or sexual at the wrong time. I'm sure you guys have gone through this. If you're not that other person, you've gone through this, and you look at that dude and you realize, like, oh, you don't know, you don't see, you weren't raised to know what's acceptable and what's not. Like my father, he would look at this and call this an abomination in his thick African accent. He would say, this is an abomination, right? He would be devastated, embarrassed, and it would be a huge deal as a young person if any mother would behave that way. And I think with anybody who has a pretty standard set of values, who are decent in our modern days. Check out a few comments here. This person says, I regret watching the Rose prank. Somebody else who says, Rose prank. Another person who says, am I the only woman who doesn't own those things? Yeah, it seems like those rose toys are really popular amongst the women. I mean, I hear a lot of people who really like give them praise. You know, I found out that they have some damaging consequences when they're overused. And apparently these chicks are just going to town with their roses, right? They do the suction thing and they spin around. And I've heard of competitions with their significant other, which is just crazy. Somebody else who says, imagine dads pulling out a flashlight in front of their daughter. Yo, I didn't even think of that. Exactly. If this was the other way around, people would be extremely devastated.
Doing it with anybody?
No, I'm just saying, man, you can do what you want, but I don't need to know your business, though, man. That's all I'm saying. You and then you bring it out and sit it right next to me and charge it like it's an Apple Watch or something. I'm thinking that's an Apple Watch charger. What? That's disgusting, man. Well, and then I need to Facebook this. I need to go ahead and Facebook this and put you out, cause you be ready to put everybody else out. And when we do something funny, you be ready to put it out. I need to put this out.
I don't want nobody in my business.
This is funny though.
Yeah, no, I don't want nobody to know I'm charging my thing.
Tell my grandma that you got this thing out here next to me and her grandkids.
The grandkids are not in the car.
Grandma don't play like that. I'm her grandkids.
But that's what I'm saying. But
Mom, put that up,
Let
Mom.
me just charge.
It's throw it up. Mom, move, man, that's nasty.
I don't care. I'm gonna. You rather me be out? You rather me be out in the street?
I don't rather you be out.
Be in a thought box? You rather me be out in the streets?
I don't want you to be in the streets next to me. That's all I'm saying.
You want me to be out in the streets being a thought box? Nobody ain't gonna be out there being no thought box.
Rose next to me, charge my Rose like it's an Apple Watch or something. Oh yeah, that don't sound like Clippers.
Yeah, you should hear.
No, man, it sound like a barbershop. Clippers and junk. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself playing with a flower, a toy flower.
In the name of Jesus, thank you for getting charged up. It's a prank.
It's a prank. That's not no prank, because you still got it and you still bring it out of charge next to me.
Just want to see your reaction.
That's disgusting, man.
Another person who says, I totally agree with you, sis. Here's somebody else who says, need to call CPS, says, I'm with you. Another person here added, she curses so well. Great point made. Another person who says, I agree. And I'm thankful I've not seen those videos. Another woman here says, it's giving, I want a man, but my son is here for now. I've said this many times. A lot of the stuff we see chicks do and we think like are very inappropriate, a lot of it would be solved if that woman had a man who would check them at home. And I'm not talking about people think, oh, so you want a man to get violent. No. Just talking about boundaries being placed. Anything from this would say, hey, that's inappropriate. To the single teachers who like showing their cheeks to the camera, any self-respecting man or husband would look at that and say, hey, that is highly inappropriate. Don't do that.
So this rose prank that y'all are doing with your children, what is funny about it? First of all, it's supposed to be in the house. You don't supposed to bring it out of it. What is wrong with you? And if you're taking it out of the house, it's in a container, but you're sitting there on, and I meant it. You wonder why some of your sons is coming out weird and acting crazy to these young girls. Their mamas are because ain't nothing cute about it. Matter of fact, I need for somebody to tag me in a funny prank about their mama pulling out a toy in front of their kids, and I want to see them kids keep kidding. Your young sons already having a hard time, and here you are once again not being their mother, trying to be friends, trying to go viral, trying to have some content. And then you see how your son or daughter is responding, and y'all raggedy asses are still posting the video. I want to know what's funny about it. Please, somebody tell me what's so funny about their mother bringing out a sex toy and sitting right there and charging it in a car. You nasty.
This commenter here says, what the F? Tell me this ain't real. And she liked it. Somebody else who says, I have 4 kings I raised alone. Respect your kids. Somebody else who says, I'm mortified. Another person who says, what is a rose prank?
A rose toy prank is absolutely diabolical. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No way around it. Pulling out a rose toy next to your son or daughter just to get a reaction out of them is nasty. And of course they have a justified reaction, like, what are you doing with that? Like, put that up. Don't nobody want to see that. You live in this era where everybody is doing things for clout. And I'm sorry, actually I'm not sorry. Some things are just not funny. It's not a prank at that point. At that point, bro, it's just disgusting. All right, children don't want to imagine their mother in that type of light. And for some of you mothers to play around with your children like that, come on now. Keep them toys in a place of privacy. You're grown. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to use that, you can do whatever you want to do. But don't just willingly just try to go out your way to try to get a reaction out your children because you think it's cool to pull out your rose toy in the car and charge it like it's a goddamn iPhone. That's nasty. That's nasty. You have a sick mind. You have a sick mind.
Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.